What would you do if a joyful vacation with friends suddenly turned into a nightmare, ending in tragedy? This is the haunting case of Kirsty Maxwell, a 27-year-old newlywed whose life was cut short under mysterious circumstances during a trip to Benidorm, Spain. Was her death an unfortunate accident, or is there something darker lurking behind the scenes? Welcome to Mystery Unveiled. Today we're diving into the haunting case of Kirsty Maxwell, a story that has baffled investigators and left a grieving family searching for answers. Stay with us as we unravel the mystery surrounding her death, and by the end of this video, you might find yourself questioning everything you thought you knew. Kirsty Maxwell was a vibrant young woman from Scotland, newly married and full of life. In April 2017, she traveled to Benidorm with a group of friends for a party. But within 24 hours of arriving, Kirsty was dead. She fell from the 10th floor of an apartment building under circumstances that remain unclear to this day. The apartment from which Kirsty Maxwell fell was occupied by 5 British men: Joseph Graham, Caleb Northridge, Daniel Bailey, Ricky Gammon, and Anthony Hall. These men quickly became persons of interest in the investigation, as they were staying in the room directly above Kirsty's. All 5 claimed that they had no involvement in her death, insisting that Kirsty had entered their apartment by mistake and that they tried to help her. However, inconsistencies in their statements and the lack of definitive evidence have left lingering questions about their involvement. The tragedy in Benidorm, a bustling tourist destination, continues to be shadowed by these unresolved doubts. One of the most perplexing aspects of this case is the lack of clear evidence. There were no cameras in the apartment, and eyewitness accounts contradict each other. What happened during Kirsty's final moments? And why did she end up in that particular apartment? The 5 men in the apartment stated that Kirsty entered their room unexpectedly, appearing agitated and confused. Several witnesses reported hearing commotion coming from the apartment, with some even claiming they saw Kirsty attempting to scale the balcony railing just moments before her fall. However, the circumstances remain unclear. Was this an unfortunate accident, or does something more troubling lie beneath the surface? One theory suggests that Kirsty, possibly disoriented and intoxicated, wandered into the wrong apartment and accidentally fell from the balcony. Some witnesses reported seeing her acting strangely, which could point to a state of confusion. The men in the apartment claimed they tried to help her, but she panicked and fell. Witnesses reported her acting strangely, which could indicate a state of extreme confusion. But what could have caused such strange behavior? Could her drink have been spiked? Was she under the influence of drugs, either unknowingly or as a result of something she ingested earlier in the night? The men in the apartment claimed they tried to assist her, but according to their statements, Kirsty panicked and ultimately fell. Yet this theory raises more questions than answers. What truly led to her apparent distress? While it's crucial to consider the possibility that Kirsty's death might have been a tragic accident, influenced by stress, alcohol, or confusion, we can't ignore the lingering doubts that persist. Could these factors alone explain such an extreme reaction, or is there more here at play? Kirsty's family has never accepted the official conclusion, continuing to push for answers and justice. Their relentless pursuit suggests that something about the narrative doesn't quite add up. Another compelling theory, strongly supported by Kirsty's family, is that foul play was involved in her death. From the beginning, her family has voiced concerns over the investigation, which they believe was neither thorough or transparent. They point to the conflicting statements from the men in the apartment, which raise suspicions about their true involvement in the events leading up to Kirsty's fall. Could Kirsty have been trying to flee from a threat within the apartment? Was she in danger and desperately attempting to escape before she tragically fell from the balcony? There are unsettling details that lend weight to this theory. Why did Kirsty enter that particular apartment, and why did she seem so distressed? Was there an altercation or something that frightened her to the point of seeking an escape? The men in the apartment have maintained their innocence, but could they have been hiding something darker? Perhaps even a confrontation that spiraled out of control? The lack of definitive forensic evidence, combined with the unanswered questions surrounding the case, leaves room for speculation that these men may have played a more sinister role than they have admitted. Forensic experts have questioned the plausibility of Kirsty falling accidentally, noting that the balcony's height and structure would have made it difficult for her to slip and fall without outside influence. Furthermore, the lack of physical evidence such as DNA or fingerprints linking the men to Kirsty's fall adds to the mystery. In 2020, Spanish authorities closed the case, ruling it an accident. But new information and witness statements have surfaced, suggesting that Kirsty's death might not have been an accident after all. Could this new evidence reopen the investigation? As someone who's closely followed this case, I can't help but feel there are too many unanswered questions. Kirsty's family has tirelessly campaigned for a more thorough investigation, and their doubts seem valid. The conflicting testimonies and lack of solid evidence makes it hard to believe that this was simply a tragic accident. For those of you fascinated by true crime and unsolved mysteries, there's a book on Amazon that dives deep into cases just like Kirsty Maxwell's. It's called A Tangled Web: A Cyberstalker, A Deadly Obsession, and the Twisting Path to Justice by Leslie Rule. This gripping book explores a real-life case of obsession and murder, similar to the tragic and mysterious circumstances surrounding Kirsty Maxwell's death. It delves into the investigation, the evidence, and the pursuit of justice in a way that keeps you on the edge of your seat. I've included a link in the description where you can grab your copy today. By using this link, you'll also be supporting the channel. Thanks. So click the link and get your copy and let me know what you think. The story of Kirsty Maxwell is one that continues to haunt her family, friends, and all who have followed the case. Whether it was an accident or something more sinister, the questions surrounding her death remain. As new information comes to light, it's clear that this case is far from being understood. Could this mystery ever be fully solved? Or will it remain one of the many tragic cases where the truth remains elusive? The more we explore the facts, the more we realize how little we truly know. Perhaps the real question is, how much are we willing to accept as coincidence? And when do we start demanding more answers? What do you think happened to Kirsty Maxwell? Was it a tragic accident? Or is there something more sinister at play? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. Let's keep the discussion going. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button and share it with others who might find Kirsty's story as fascinating as we do. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. We have way more coming your way and we don't want you to miss it. And as always, stay curious.